Morning, good day. This is your girl, Dr. Tay, here with another morning message. So a couple of months ago, you may remember, I was trying to post this one video, and for the life of me, could not get it to download, could not get it to upload. Like, I was just, step by step, I was just having issues with this particular video. And as a result, I just opted not to post it and just did a brand new video on the spot and posted that for my morning message. And recently I was reminded of that topic, and I figured, I can try again in terms of talking about that particular subject. And the subject was around a particular addiction I have around overachieving. Now, for many people, they may think, oh, being an overachiever, like, that's nothing bad. Like, you get a lot of stuff done. It's like, yeah, that may be the case, but, for overachievers, we can be perfectionists. We can, put a lot of stress and strain on ourselves. We can overwork ourselves if we're not careful. And that's something that I, actively have tried to pull away from, especially since leaving my job in higher education. Like, before, I would just feel this need to just do and hope that, the end will bring something great. And sometimes it did and sometimes it didn't, but just that pressure of like always having to constantly do and being surrounded by people who were also in that same mindset, just at the end of the day wasn't healthy for me. Like, I think it was during that time where I probably gained the most weight. It's during that time when I was, the most disconnected from family and friends. And now that I am aware of this addiction that I had, I would try to be more conscientious of it and how it manifests in my life. And I'm bringing it up now because I actually had a situation recently where, I discovered I had a little extra time, and suddenly my mind started to go crazy with all of the ideas that I wanted to do, whether it be, related to my business, related to like a creative project, related to some other things I have in the works. Like, literally a million ideas came to mind, and I became so overwhelmed by wanting to do all of these things that I decided to do nothing. And it's not that I, was like paralyzed by it. Like, I chose to do nothing, only because I felt like I needed to take the time to center myself and really take a step back and focus on, like, what is it that I really need to do right now, not what is it that I feel obligated to do, because I had this extra time. And I had to do that because otherwise I would just try to do everything all at once. I would try to, just kind of check things off and not really celebrate the fact that I'm doing these things, or celebrate the fact that I'm doing something productive, or that, I'm helping people in a particular way. Like, it's just like, all right, another thing to check off the list. And something that I try to be more conscientious of is taking that time to reflect and celebrate and enjoy when I'm doing something, right? And the best way to do that is for me to, when I have those moments of, all right, let's, do all the ideas, like saying no to myself and taking a step back and realizing that I need to center myself. I really need to focus on what is it that I need to get done now versus what is it that, what are the, first 10 things that I can get done in a day. And, I don't know if other people who are overachievers have this feeling, but I would be curious to know, how others deal with this energy of like feeling like you have to do, or feeling like you can't sit still. Like, that's one of the things that I struggle with, like just sitting down, especially if I'm by myself, like just sitting down for, 30 minutes and just focusing on one thing. Like, that is nearly impossible for me. Like, I'm constantly moving and going and moving to the next thing and checking that off. And that's why I call this, this need to overachieve an addiction, because it's just like constantly going. Although I do like to think that now I have a better hold on it. I'm able to refocus, but it's still something that takes a lot of time to work on, especially if you're used to being in that kind of energy all the time. So I guess if you're someone who struggles with that, pay attention to it and make sure that you take time for yourself through all of that, especially if you're an overachiever at work, like taking that time to take care of yourself, take care of your family, just doing whatever it is that you need to do to take care of you. And then two, if you're able to share just what you do, if you're someone who's an overachiever, and you kind of struggle with certain things, but you found some mechanisms to help you work through that, please share them. I'm always open to new ideas. And then three, for the people who maybe don't identify with this particular energy of being an overachiever, if just being open to your friends and family who feel that way. And if someone expresses that to you, don't brush it off as like, oh, you're just over exaggerating or anything. Like, no, like it's really it can be a lot of pressure, a lot of stress that we put on ourselves when we do this. So please pay attention and try to be more supportive of your friends who maybe struggle with this energy as well. All right, so thank you for listening to this morning message and have a great day.